Hi everybody, welcome to the Rainbow Channel, and today there's something that has just come across my timeline. In case you don't know, I'm a night owl. I stay up till about this time, so of course this video is about 5:07, something like 5:07 or something like that in the morning. I kind of have sleep issues. I don't really fucking sleep like that. And then when I do sleep, I sleep for a long time, blah, blah, blah. And then I had corrected my schedule. Anyway, that's not what we're on here to talk about. I was just want to tell you what time it was. There is something that is just weighing on me, and it tells me, get up, Jay, and make this video and touch this topic. It doesn't matter who sees it. It doesn't matter. Just go ahead and get up and make this because it's come to your attention. So you need to get on camera and just air it out because it's going to bother you, you know. So what brought me to making this video and explaining a lot of things is I was on Facebook. You already know Facebook. We have some messy ass shit or whatever. But this is not why I got on Facebook. You know, I use Facebook for a lot of the things like politics, blah, blah, blah. But I was coming across this video, and I guess it was called the SOS, blah, blah, blah. And some black guy was on there talking. I hate to say it like that because then I sound like I'm a bigot or something like that. Anyway, it was another black person on there talking, but this was a straight black male that was on there talking. And he got on the subject of LGBT people and saying that I hope I'm not going to say this incorrectly, but he said something along the lines of black is not chosen and gay is. And he was saying that the CIA is pushing this whole agenda of having more people be gay because 2 men can't have a baby, 2 women can't have a baby, and it's population control, so to speak. Then he got on to talking about the numbers of black teenagers having babies have dropped dramatically, blah, 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 which is really a good thing. People don't need to have babies at young ages. You need to, well, I'm not going to tell you what you need to do. I would say the best thing to do is wait a little bit longer, like let yourself get in those lines of saying, I can take care of me and I can take care of someone else if I need to. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I wanted to touch on. That was just a little brief thing. That's what I wanted to say on that. And then he goes on to talk about some other things. He started talking about LGBT. He was saying in certain districts they don't allow Black history to be taught because LGBT people have said, if you're going to teach their history, I want my history taught as well. Which is true. A lot of times you don't hear anything about a lot of the LGBT history, like Marshall P., which was one of the first trans activists to really push the agenda of, you know, we're trans people, we just want to be treated like people and blah, blah, blah. And even still into this day, a lot of the trans LGBT people just don't have no motherfucking rights, which is really some shitty McShitty honey, because we all fucking humans and all of the laws are supposed to apply. And every time I hear T.S. Madison talk about, as y'all know, I love T.S. Madison. Every time I hear T.S. Madison talk about how her life was in Florida, it just gives me this bad vibe all over again. But what this video is mainly going to be about, I'm going to break down a few of these things that he said in this video. I'm going to go back to that first thing that he said, which was gay is a choice. Let me explain to you how it feels to be gay. Let me explain to you. And let me also, I'm going to just break it down the best as I can. If you can't keep up, I'm sorry. I can't rewind it and try it again. So, being gay is something that is not chosen. It is often given, like black skin. No one chooses to be black or white. It's given. Just saying. Now, it may take you a little bit longer to reach, your given. Just like certain people, they not good at lifting weights, and then after a while, lifting weights, they good at lifting weights. It's kind of like the same thing, but it's really not the same thing. You understand what I'm saying? It takes time to get better at craft or whatever. And at that, what I'm comparing that to is it takes time for you to know yourself for yourself. You know what I'm saying? And I'll break that down in a minute. But at the time when I was younger, I had no idea I was gay. I knew I was different. It's like that overcoming. It's like when you're in a crowd of people and you're like the antisocial person, so you feel different or something like that. So let's say everybody in the fucking group is talking to each other real friendly, blah, 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 and then when it comes to you, you're just like, oh, hi, blah, 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 and you don't have that much to say. It kind of feels like that, but it's just like, it's a different, I can't explain the feeling. Because, I don't know, bitch, you have to motherfucking be gay to feel the feeling. But it just feels off. That's the thing. It's like if somebody was to sing you to another time era. That's how it feels. And you just feel left out and you feel off and off balance. But a lot of people don't understand that, so they go through their life and they're just like, okay, I'm just normal, Let's say, actually, we're just gonna go off my life. When I was younger, I did feel those type of ways. I feel different. I knew I wasn't the same as everybody else. I knew I didn't like sports and blah, blah, blah. Now, that's just a stereotype, some gay people actually do love sports. I'm just not one of those people. I do dabble in football that I actually watch on TV, not actually want to go out and do sports. No. I want to put this as clear as possible, but I'm just going to have to maneuver my way through it. I just feel like it's so much that I want to say. I'm just going to say it. I felt different growing up. Growing up, I never seen people like me or never heard any kind of history of people like me. So, of course, it takes time for me to actually come to my senses and be like, oh, okay, I'm gay, or oh, okay, blah, blah, blah. You get what I'm saying? And so I went through my whole life, and then it was like in middle school. That was not my whole life, but I'm just saying. In middle school, I dated this girl. Her name was Ebony. She was on the bigger side. My mom was like, oh, you dated this girl, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry, y'all. This is all fault. Oh, you're dating this girl. Oh, that's great, blah, blah, blah. And something just felt off. Like, I wasn't supposed to be with her. It felt as if I was going against my true nature. So let's say you like boys. A girl. Let's talk about a girl, because a girl is more likely to probably be watching my video than another guy. Or, I'm saying as in a straight guy. Anyway, let's say you like girls. Let's say you like boys. No, actually, scratch that. I'm so sorry. Let's say you like girls, but you decided to date this guy, and he's all into you, and y'all, well, he's in love with you, but you're not in love with him, and you just feel off, as in like it's more of a friend thing for you. Like, even though y'all know you're in a relationship, it's more of a friend thing than, you get what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying, because I'm pretty sure somebody watching the video and they nod their head like, yeah, I know what you mean. It's kind of hard to just sit down and explain it, but it feels like y'all are both friends, like the best of friends, yeah. And even, okay, so it just feels very weird and it feels very off because it's just like, we're friends. We're not supposed to do any of this. And it just felt like we were friends with me and this girl, Ebony. And it was just one day she had kissed me on the cheek and I was like, I felt discomfort. It is just, I'm gonna put it in another term that maybe a straight male watching this video could actually understand. Let's say a man comes up to you and kisses you. You immediately feel disgusted because you're like, this is not what I like. But if that's what you like, then you just like, nigga, what's wrong with you? Or blah, blah, blah. You get what I'm saying. It's kind of like that. It's like that inner disgust. It's like, I don't like this. This is not for me. But I was happy I was moving to another school because, I've never been the person to try and break somebody's heart or blah, blah, blah. And I just let it go. So then I went on to my other middle school, which was then Howard. And then, that's my boyfriend coming now. And then within my middle school, what was I gonna say? I dated this girl in the I dated this girl in the 7th grade, actually, yes, it was. Her name was Sydney. It was a big, thick white girl. And we were just together, and it felt like we were friends. It just honestly just felt like we were friends. It felt like we were best friends, but we were just a little bit more than best friends, but we never did anything, that would cross that line of friendship. We never kissed. Of course, I gave her a hug, but it's like a friend hug. It's never like, oh, yes, I love you hug. Those are two different hugs. So, and then I dated another girl, and at that time I was going through some stuff with my mom, and I was trying to find out who I was, because throughout my whole life, people kept telling me, oh, you're so gay, blah, 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 you're a faggot, blah, 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 all these things, and it's like, no, I'm not, because I don't even know that I am these things that you're even trying to put me in. And then suddenly, all of a sudden, I started having this internet relationship with this guy named Justin or whatever. He was a dark-skinned guy. He didn't live anywhere near me, of course. And then when that was, of course, after I finished dating these 2 girls. Well, these 3 girls, because I dated 3 girls. And then those didn't work out. And I started talking to this guy, and I felt like a soul connection. As in, like, I can't explain it. Babe, come here. This is so weird to just break off the video and just, when you dated a girl, right? Did you ever feel like a soul connection to them? Have you ever felt like I could see myself with them for the rest of my life? Like, have you ever felt the soul connection that I'm talking about? It's like an inner click. It's almost like when you kiss somebody for the first time, it's like, wow, this is a spark that I could really feel every time we kiss.
I felt the spark, but
But was it a love spark or was it just the excitement spark? Because those are two different things.
It was a love. I did love him, but
it was in a friend way.
No, it was in a intimate way, but it was just.
You want to come?
I wasn't never. See, man, I was just in the mind my business. Let you take your little.
Come on, you might as well. Come on over.
Hi.
It's my boyfriend.
My little man bun or whatever y'all. Excuse my little man bun, but
I can tell I'm the tall one. I'm just kidding. You act like you don't wanna. I should just start the video back over, shouldn't I?
No, I ain't gonna stay long. You should, you know.
Okay, so I'm gonna interview you.
Okay.
But I already asked you a question, so I'm just waiting on you.
Okay, so when you asked me, like, did I feel like this was my soulmate, like this was gonna be the person I was gonna be with for the rest of my life, I ain't feel that. I wasn't thinking that far ahead. It was just, man, I'm so attracted to her. Like, I think it was more so puppy love. Like, man, I have an attractive girlfriend. She thinks that I'm attractive. She, makes me feel butterflies and stuff. So it was cool, but it wasn't.
I can't explain the linking. It's like when you finally find something that somebody that puts you at ease. It's like, when you first found out you were gay or something.
For me,
you get what I'm saying?
Right.
Okay.
For me, it's like, and I see what you're saying. It's like, I guess on my journey experience of homosexuality is definitely different, but it's just like, for me, I guess at first it was like the excitement, like, oh man, like I'm actually being intimate with a guy, like I've never done this before. I mean, I've always wondered, but I never had, until college, I never had any gay friends, I never had any gay experiences that were mutual. But when it happened, it was just kind of like, oh my God, like I feel, a part of me felt like I was complete.
In right, that's what I'm saying. Like, have you felt like that completeness is as if you finally took the last step to find out who you completely are? It's like finishing the last 3 pieces of a puzzle. And it's like, I know where this go, and this go, and this go. And it's like that connection. It's not just, I wake up in the morning, I'm gay, I feel like being gay today. It's a real movement with finding out. It's just like being, I can't say that because I'm not transsexual, but I had a dream about it. That's a whole nother topic. We'll touch on that later.
For me, I feel like it felt complete because I felt like whomever I was with, I had a sense of completeness because I didn't have to just play one role and stay in that one role, if that makes sense. Like, in most cases, man and a woman, heterosexuality, if you a man, you have to be the provider, you have to be masculine. There's a stipulation on masculinity and being a man. Like, if you show softness, that's a sign of weakness.
Right.
If your girl is the one that's making the bread, then you're considered a scrub. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, here in this completion of myself, and I'm still on a big journey,
yes,
still regardless.
I know.
But it's like still in this, I see more of myself as far as the comfort. I feel like I know I'm a man. The person that I'm with knows that I'm a man, but at the same time understands that I'm still a human. I still have feelings. It's okay for me to be soft. It's okay for me to find comfort in your arms without feeling like you're taking away my masculinity.
Right.
I can, what I'm saying? I can wear my hair down. I can wear my hair however I want to wear it. You know what I'm saying? I can wear what type of clothes I want to wear.
Stigma and
right. It's not, oh, you colored your hair, oh, you got a man bun, that's soft, like, what you doing? And it's so crazy because most heterosexuals are doing it now.
Let me tell you something about that, though. Do you know this is completely off of the topic of which we were talking. Well, it's kind of still the same thing. Do you know that there is straight women out there that know a gay man that know a man is gay and they will still take them home?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that is some people fantasy.
I've had that happen to me.
Yes, I know. You told me.
Yeah.
Like there are
so
some
weird.
straight women that will take a gay man home. If you know what I mean, take them home.
I'm proof, guys. Like it was so crazy.
Shit.
It was so crazy. Like it was so crazy because she.
And I know a straight person that would have took me home, but I ain't
She
even
was
trying
kind of being like extra nice to me, but she was letting my best friend know all of it. She was just like, oh my god, like I would. Yeah, that.
And let me tell you something. And there is some people that have actually had children, and they tell the other person that they had a child with, hey, this, you know, I'm not this way anymore. I'm this way. And let me tell you something. Them gay men, they motherfucker take care of their kids.
Yeah.
Them people that I motherfuckers, the gay men that I've seen, take care of their kids.
But you know what? I feel like a lot of, not just gay men, but men that are in tune with their femininity, like on their soft side, I feel like they are, I'm not gonna say the better role model. I just feel like they're so open to the child doesn't have to feel like I got to close in who I am because, you know, my dad is this figure like, you have to be masculine, you have to do this, you have to do that. And like, even for me, like, I feel like even with my dad, I feel like I'm not gonna say that my dad always knew that I was gay, but I feel like my dad always knew I was different from everyone.
That's what I was explaining to them. It's like you're at a party, right? And you're the only person there that doesn't know everybody around, that doesn't know anybody in the room except for one person. That's what it feels like to be gay. And so the reason why I got on this topic is because I was watching Facebook just a minute ago. I literally just blocked the whole page because I didn't want to see it any more of the black eat black world. I know. I was giving them to you.
No, I was gonna say it for
Oh, okay.
Please.
Because you know the black community is a very black eat black. You know, it's just like all these gays over here hate some of these trans, all these trans. So, you know, and it's a very eat 'em up world.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, she over there doing that. I don't fuck with that bitch. Blah blah blah. And that's what they was on. But this in particular video was talking about. Let me talk to all my LGBT people out there. Black is not a choice, but gay is a choice, and I wanted to get on camera and explain that there is a process. Nobody just wakes up in the morning and says, I want to be gay, and it's not a choice. Either you think that all those years I would have chose to get bullied, fucking all, you know,
call it
almost disowned. Yes, and I completely agree with him.
Yeah.
Funky Dineva.
Yeah.
I completely agree with Quentin when he said that. He was like, you think I would have chose to, ooh, my voice shaking. You think I would have chose to get bullied and harassed and you know, cast out and be the castaway of the whole group?
Right.
No, who the fuck wants to choose to be that?
But I've always said that, I've said that I'm still on my journey to find my complete self, but it's just, like, a lot of the times when my brain or my mind would go to, like, you're going to hell, you're going to hell, you're going to hell, it's just, like, I feel like the light came to me in my spirit and was like, we can. It wasn't like you just said one day, I want to do evil. I want to go against God, so I'm finna, be gay to upset him. No, it's nothing like that. It's the same as, okay, I say this. For those who say that gay is a choice and you look at gay as being a choice, it's as if saying bleaching your skin, you ain't black no more. You can bleach your. What I'm saying is this: the same way you can bleach your skin, you can get a nose job, you can get a relaxer, you can get implants. You still gonna be black. The same way in homosexuality, it's like if it's
You can shield for only so long before
you can
your true
mask
shield
it,
try
right?
to come out.
And it's like, and I'm not saying. That's why I say my mind is on a whole nother within myself. Like
I'm definitely on a whole nother stellar level.
gay isn't even a term
spirituality.
I use for myself. Now, I mean, I like men. I'm attracted to men. I have a boyfriend. You know what I'm saying? But for me, I don't. I'm just different. I'm just different. Period. I say that because I don't know what will happen in my future. I don't know if I will become sexually attracted to a female ever again. I can't say that I will or I won't. I'm not sure. So
I already know for a fact I won't.
my thing is, at the end of the day, it's like just I am who I am. I finally have come to a point in my life where I'm on my own, and I'm tired of trying to uphold a tradition that is really stupid. I mean,
People can't be people anymore.
right? Do you realize these men that are holding everything in, you are doing harm
That's
to
the
your body.
DL.
You doing harm to your body too. When you can't be who you are, like, do you understand how much your brain has to process and how much your brain has to process? Okay, don't forget, stand up straight, be a dude. You know what I'm saying?
That's
like,
a
that's so
mental
much.
issue.
That's what I'm saying. It's a lot. It's a lot to keep up
That
the
shit breaks people,
charade.
little do
Right.
you know. And that's why a lot of
That's
people
why you
kill
have serial
themselves.
Exactly.
Or they fucking go off and become
Kill somebody
serial
else.
killers.
Mhm.
Because it's like, if I can't be myself, nobody's gonna be themselves.
Right. Right. Exactly.
You
I
know,
don't-
and that's why I went on this big journey, because, you know, Jeffrey Dahmer is really one of the only gay serial killers I've ever even heard of. Still to this day, it's probably more out there, but, you know, he's one of the top. I don't want to say A-list, but he's kind of like one of the hit list of serial killers. And I always tried to look up, why did he do these things? And who knows, that's probably the fucking reason why he damn did these things, is because he's like, if I can't be my motherfucking self, nobody else will.
Yeah. I mean,
All these people that's out here flaunting themselves and they can be themselves, fuck them, I'm gonna kill them too.
Right. I mean, it can be a whole bunch of reasons.
Exactly.
We'll never know. All I can say is I'm very appreciative to have understanding parents that when they say that their love is unconditional, they're really telling the truth, because, you know, they have never shunned me. They have never turned their backs on me. Like, of course, they, you know, said their opinions and how they felt about it, but they've always respected who I was. Like, they always, like, I can't explain it. I mean, I felt like they knew I was different. Like, my brother was
That's
the
definitely
one
my grandmother.
that was playing the sports and everything. Like, my parents literally had to make me play. Like,
My mom
they
did that
they did it once. They did, like, I think it was just one summer though. Like, they tried to make me play softball for the church because my brother was playing, and I mean, they just wanted me to get out the house and stuff. But after that, like, they understood that I was the type of kid, I was the artsy kid. I liked, you know, fashion. I like clothes. I like hair. I like movies. I like art. I like colors. You know what I'm saying? And that, all of that does not relate to quote unquote masculinity. So, of course, you know, a lot of people can be very stereotypical, like, he must got a little sugar in his tank, because I don't never see him play,
Right. And it's
you
like,
know,
you with
football
all
with the
these
boys,
girls, you with all
and
these
you got all
girls.
these girls for friends, and, you know, I mean, they, like, again, I go back, my parents knew, like, they were understanding, they understood the fact me and Tasha's friendship. Like I said, me and my best friend, we've been friends for 17 years. So that's like over half my life. So again, it's just, I feel like I don't necessarily feel like that I don't think they may knew that I like men or, you know, ended up being attracted to men or ended up, you know, having a boyfriend and stuff, but they knew that I was different. They knew I wasn't like the typical guy or the typical, you know, typical boy.
And what would, I hate to, did I cut you off? Okay, because you know I don't like to do that shit because that's rude because I get pissed off. What would you say to people that actually think that we as LGBT people are trying to push a agenda on them / their kids? What would you say to them?
I would say self-reflect. I would say we're not trying to force anything. We're not trying to force anything but the same thing that a straight person would enforce, which is respect. Like at the end of the day, I'm not saying that you have to be my best friends. We have to be homies. You got to hang out. You know what I'm saying? We don't have to do anything. All I'm asking is the same thing that your lady friend would ask of you, which is respect. You know, respect the fact that I am a human first. Respect the fact that just because I have a liking to men, that doesn't mean that I like every man that I see. You know, and you need
to fix a few friends on that.
And again, and not only that, but go back to the self-reflection. Maybe it's something within yourself that you're struggling with, because I have a few guys that are straight that are actually my friend. I can really say, I can call them up right now and be like, you know, what's up? You want to go out, you know, have a drink or whatever, and they'll be cool with it because they are okay with themselves. They know that who they are. And they know who I am, and they know that I would not disrespect them in that way. So
I could never find, and the guys I did find, they were very cool, that was only like a handful. The guys that I could bar my soul with, as a regular person would say, become friends with. Because when I become friends with you, you don't understand. There's a soul connection when I become friends with you, and I latch on to you, and you take my energy, I take your energy. That's what happens when you become friends with someone,
right?
And that's why most of the time a lot of people end up breaking off friendships and stuff like that, because it's like you're taking more than you can give to me. Now breaking that part down just so people can understand what I'm talking about by barred. We are barred, my barring partner. So and the guys that I did happen to bar with, we are still cool to this day, but we don't talk every damn day. It's just like,
you don't have to.
Right. We're still, the guys that I did find, they were in high school. We were cool. It was Malik. It was, what that child name is? Fucking, I'm gonna call him Big Head, because I can't motherfucking think of his name right now. What the fuck? Omar too. Omar is definitely one of my OG friends. We've definitely barred on each other a lot. I've actually tried to set him up with one of our another video. And it's, you know, trying to bar with a straight male sometimes is the most hardest thing you can actually do, because the straight guys straight boys have this whole agenda on, oh, that nigga gay, he gonna want to talk to you, all that, oh, you hanging with a gay nigga, you a faggot, blah blah blah. It is that whole bad barring agenda, thinking that I would actually want to talk to you is where you fucked up at.
But of course, that's the standard that America set on straight men.
Exactly.
Heterosexual men. It's like, if you associate yourself with that type of person, then it's gonna rub off on you, and you're gonna become that type, that way. And it's like, again, as I said before, this isn't a disease. It's not a virus that is airborne that spreads if someone hangs out. This is something That, I mean, I just look at it as just being your true nature. If your true nature is to be who you are, and if that person is to have homosexual tendencies, or if you are an actual homosexual, then so be it. I mean, but like, again, it's not something. If you're meant to be heterosexual, you can hang out with a dozen homosexual men. That's not gonna mean that it's gonna rub off on you. You're gonna be gay too.
Exactly. And that's the thing that I want to really dig in deep on. What you're doing is only delaying the inevitable. If you're meant to be gay, you will be gay.
Right.
It doesn't matter. If you're meant to be a lesbian, you will be a lesbian. Bisexual, bisexual, blah blah blah, on so forth, so on so forth.
And again, and I want people, again, and this is just my opinion. We as humans, we buy in too much of these departments. Homosexual, heterosexual, straight, gay, lesbian, LGBT. Like, it's too
labeled.
It's too labeled. And I say that because ultimately, as long as you're not killing nobody, you're not infecting nobody with diseases, you trying to do what you can to uplift the brother or sister next to you. That's really all what it's about. We have too much going on in the world, in our country, to be so departmental, like just divided.
Why can't we just be humans who like other humans?
That's
fucking animals
at
don't
the
care.
end of the
They be
day.
fucking so
That's what it's about. It's about we're humans first, and I feel like that's where the problem is that it's so many labels. You know, the bisexual man, it's like, you know, females be like, oh, you know, I can get me a female and I can get me a nigga, you know what I'm saying? It ain't no thing to me. But again, okay, if that's what you do, that's fine, but that's not who I am. Who I am is Cameron Marquise Hunt. I am a man, I am human. What I like is men. Period. That's it. I mean, it's just like, I mean, I feel like in this day and age, the LGBTQ community have to take a stand. And I'm not saying that I'm not proud to be a part of that community. I know some people may feel like, well, what are you saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, you're just as bad as them. It's not that. I'm proud to be a part of this community, but what I'm saying is my mindset is beyond the departments. I'm on this whole, we're all equal. We all deserve the same amount of respect. Yes. I mean, it makes no sense, like, oh, just because you're in the LGBT community, oh, you should be treated like like, you know, I should feel sorry, or, you know what I'm saying, have pity for you. No, that's not it. You should be treated the same way as a straight person is.
And if I must say one thing, if it's anybody who deserves, out of everybody who really, really deserves to really be appraised because of all these years they've been so torn down, I would definitely say it's the transgender community, because not only do they get hit from the heterosexual community, they get hit from inside their own community.
Right.
Which is really shitty when you really think of it, because it's just like, damn, where can I rest my head without feeling like there's another stab coming to my back? You get what I'm saying?
I totally get it. And for those who are transgender, I applaud you being your true self. You coming into your true nature. I say that, I mean, it's mixed feelings. Some people may feel like, you know, well, you're you know, going against how you were created or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But like, at the end of the day, I feel like shame on the homosexual community for shunning transgenders. I feel like, why are you hating on somebody that is willing to have enough guts and bravery to stand upon the world to do something that not too many people would be able to do? In courage, in bravery. the fact that a man, or a man being a woman, turning into a woman and actually boldly standing in front of the world, this is who I am. Because some homosexuals can hide it. Between some homosexuals can be DLs, they can be trade, they can hide their identity. But once you
that's where that stems, that whole DL persona stems from people saying, oh, this gay agenda, oh, these niggas trying to take over this, they trying to do this, oh, right. That's a sin to do this. I really hate to really dive deep on this, but I really don't believe in a sin unless you just motherfucking out here just motherfucking butchering bitches like it's no fucking tomorrow. And then I'm just like, okay, what the fuck are you doing? You get what I'm saying? I really don't believe in that because, listen to this, a fucking baby could come into this world, hasn't done a single thing, but it has sin.
Right.
That's why, but that's a whole nother topic that I don't want to touch on, because then it's like, now you trying to bring our kids into this, and stop using your kids. T.S. Madison has said this so many times. Stop using your kids as this big objectives. We all know is what you want. Them kids don't give a fuck. Kids will be kids.
Mm-hmm. And while we're bringing this up, I know since you were talking about kids now, my first thought, if I saw my kid being curious and, trying to touchy feel it on another kid their age, I would not.
I still would probably
punish. No.
Yeah, okay.
What I'm saying is, I would not punish him or her just because you're not supposed to do that. Gay is wrong. Gay is wrong. Gay is wrong. I would punish him or her because you are not supposed to be doing that
at all.
Period. Whether it's your same sex or the other sex, you're too young to be even thinking about that. But you have some parents that would, I'm not gonna say just laugh at it and just brush it off, but you have those parents that say, don't do that, but on the side be like, that's my boy, I know he got that player in him, you know what I'm saying? And it's like,
when they lose their virginity and things
it's
like
that. It's about, and even my dad was never that type of dad to be like, oh, I know that's my son, I know he getting pussy, you know what I'm saying? He's never been like that. My dad has, I remember I was a teenager, late teen, maybe 17, and he found a condom in my wallet, and it wasn't that he was just upset, but he was just like, what is this doing in your wallet? You shouldn't even be thinking about this. This is something that this definitely, you don't need to be, having this or anything. And I think he took it. I'm not really sure. Of course, me being a teenager, I'm like, well, Dad, why are you going through my stuff? But it wasn't him. It was him not saying that he don't want me to be protected, but it's him saying, I don't want you to think about that, period. You too young to be thinking about that.
Period.
I know some people may feel like 17 is old, but again, 17, you still teenager.
I did not have my first sexual encounter until I was 18.
And I was 19. So
18 and some months at that. Not as soon as I turned 18.
The same with me too. And
because I don't believe in doing all of that oochie coochie and all of that.
But guess what? A lot, and again, I'm not trying to judge anyone, but a lot of those same ones that were so, I got all these girls, you know what I'm saying? I got her, I did her. These same dudes, okay, that same her, she pregnant, and she pregnant. So you got all these babies now that you got to take care of, and it's like you was such the man when you was up in her, but now that you have another child, you freaking out because you don't know what to do. And again,
you should have stayed in
you
a child's place.
Right.
That's what I understood as I got older. When I was younger, I used to be very upset that people would stay in a child's place. But now that I'm older, I understand where that term comes from. Stay in the child's place.
Right.
Like, you don't know what the hell kind of sacrifices we have to pull together for your ass.
Exactly.
It's like, stay in the child's place, really and genuinely.
And for me, of course that saying evolves when you get older,
Yes.
but I still believe that you are never too old to learn something new. You're never too old to obtain new experiences. What I'm saying is, even when you reach adulthood, you have a job, you're taking care of yourself, I still lose a little respect for those that are grown and taking care of themselves, but because they're grown, it's like, you can't tell me nothing, I'm a grown ass man, I pay my bills, all that, and it's just like, humble yourself, because you never know
who
you can learn from. The same path you're going down, somebody else probably has already been down that path that can tell you a thing or two and get you prepared before you have to go through it by yourself and freak out. So always remember, you can never be too old to gain experience and to gain advice, and you never know who you can gain it from. It could be somebody younger than you. So just always have an open mind.
You referencing from me? I'm just like,
shit, from both of us. I'm just the type of person, as I've gotten older, I've really opened my mind to a lot more. And I feel like if we have a lot more people in this world to just be respectful and just be open.
That's what really, this whole agenda that we're trying to push, the agenda that is really being pushed is respect us as humans. Respect us as your brother, your sister, your whatever the fuck you want to call us. Just respect us enough to live your life and let me live mine. And if I want to see my people on TV, why can't I? If I want to hear my history, why can't I? And another thing that I was talking to them about is we were talking about what was I just saying? We was talking about how they were saying, how the guy was saying, how in many districts around the U.S. that they don't teach Black history, is because a lot of LGBT people said, if you're gonna teach Black history, why can't you teach our history as well? Mm-hmm. And so they say that's why they don't want to put it around, but we all know the real reason. But even if that was the case, why? You get what I'm saying? Which we know why.
But I feel like this, and I feel that that's really sad that I didn't know that they don't teach Black history in the schools, and it's really
well, that's what he said. I'm pretty sure they probably do in just about every fucking district.
Cause I feel like
Tennessee, I don't know, but the things that I heard about Tennessee is really
history. Period is important, but and again, I'm open to a lot of things, but because I'm an African American man myself, it's important to know some type of where you come from, the strength that you come from, especially if you are a fellow African American. Like, we are really some strong individuals, and I understand, why shouldn't you learn, about, gay history the same way, you learn about African American history. But again, with that being said, we in the LGBTQ community, we need to start putting things out there besides sex. I feel like that's one reason why people are so against really letting their children know about that type of history, because for a heterosexual person, the first preference in their mind, because they are ignorant of it, is homosexuality, gay, porn. a man having sex with a man kissing another man and being intimate, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I feel like in this LGBTQ community, I'm not saying, I mean, there are a lot of us that do have business about ourselves that can become, legends and leave their legacy. But I feel like as a whole, we need to do better instead of always presenting sexuality. If we
Like
start using
parades.
right, if we start using our brain, like if we start using our brain and intelligence when it comes to our culture and fashion, you know what I'm saying? Like the first gay person to come out with a certain type of trend or look or shoes or hairstyle, makeup, lashes, what have you. You know what I'm saying? If we start,
But
going
we've been
towards
winning
that,
in those factions for a while now.
and
We've been winning in
you're
all
right.
of those factions for a while now. The thing is, we just don't get the motherfucking credit for it.
Right.
We've been winning in all those factions. Trust me.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, maybe that can be brought up if, as a whole, we would do better with ourselves to talk about more than just sex. To do more than just sex.
Exactly.
Like you
And
said,
that's
going to
probably
these
why
parties and all you do, oh, I know I'm finna get me a nigga tonight. You know what I'm saying? Like, instead of that, open and expand your brains. And this is not just black people that I'm black, gay, homosexual.
Yeah, I wasn't just talking
I'm
about
talking about all races. Is that culture, that club scene, and don't get it twisted. I like partying too. I like going out having a good time, but it's like I'm more than just that. Like, I don't have to go out every weekend. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I'm more than just love to dance. I love music. I love to make music. I'm artsy. I love, videos. I love production, to see the behind the scenes of how they created such and such. I like when I look at movies to see the background and to, I'm the type of person where I pay attention to the movie, but I also pay attention to the backgrounds and like how, like in my mind, I'm like, how did they create that? I wonder what did they use? Like, was that a trick camera? Or how did they create that scene? Like, it was a scene in Maleficent 2 where they were like in like this cave, but the inside of it was like, I can't describe it. It was like a mix between tree bark and vines. Like it was really amazing, and it was just like,
that's called green screen manipulation.
Right, but it's like, I know on some parts though they had to create they have to create parts of it.
Yeah, the art scenes, they do a phenomenal job. They do the green screen on the outside, and then they do the barring, which is when you take the wires and you make it look like vines, and then it has to be green. Anything that's not green, is not gonna show up correctly on the screen.
Exactly. So, but it's stuff like that amazes me. And getting back, I will be quite honest, and I'm guilty of this too. But even on the social media, it's like, even when I look, like I have one individual that's on my page that I've been thinking about a long time. Should I just go ahead and remove him from my friends or not? But it's like, with me, I understand making money how you make your money, but it's just like, why is it that every time you always have to solicit your body? You always have to, like, the slow-mo when you turn around and start booty shaking, and it, that slow motion. Why do every frame is the same thing? I've been
doing away with a lot of it on my
Instagram. And it's frustrating because it's like, damn, is that all you have to offer just for likes? It's like, it's frustrating. Like, I know
but we also have to get, this is completely off the topic of what we're talking about, but we also need to get better as people actually supporting the people with the talent.
Exactly.
It's a lot of people that get into the music industry and they are shit at writing.
And while we're on the entertainment, again, going back to, it's a shame that even in our community, sex sells. Body sell. It's like, again, I have so many, I have pics that I feel like, dang, that was a good picture I took, or that was a good framework, what I'm saying, that I'm working with, or, music, or the videos that we do. It's like, people would rather see somebody filming with a big booty, twerking on this straight dude, or I'm finna get ready to tackle this nigga and beat him up. I'm finna beat her ass because she said something. I'm like, it's like all that is what get all the likes and the views and everything. Don't get me wrong, for entertainment, sometimes I do find some of it funny, but again, it's like, why can't it be equal? Why can't people be interested in what we do positively? It's like you on one end of the spectrum, you don't care about being recorded and you have your OnlyFans page charging $30 a month to see you have sex with somebody, but yet you get upset when the society treats you like shit. When the society treats you like a second-rate human. It's not right. No, it's not right. But at the same time, do something productive. Do something that you don't have to take your clothes off, or you don't have to record yourself having sex, which should be intimate.
There's a lot of people that actually try to have an honest life, and they can't make the money because the honest life that they want to have is not paying them enough money, so they turn and resort to things like OnlyFans, Pornhub, X videos, all that other shit that's on there, honey. It's not funny, but that's like all that other shit.
What I have, right. My response to that is, let's help each other out. I mean, again, if I see something you doing productive, like, hey, I'm interested. Let's collab. Let's do something together. I mean, it's like, I know that it probably would be somebody that's feeling disrespected somewhat of not how I'm making my money. I get it. You do what you have to do, but at the same time, it's just like, if you just doing it just cause, I just want to do it because I want to be seen. It's just kind of like, something else.
That's a whole nother different branch of people, and that's who the fuck we talking about. Not the people that have honestly tried to make an honest living,
right.
And it's not working out. Who the fuck, like, really, let's get realistic. Who the fuck wants to go to a fast food restaurant making $7.25 a damn hour or something like that?
You're right.
And it's just like, the more you try to put out, the more work they require and the less money they want to try to give you for that work that you're trying to do. I know fucking firsthand. I fucking worked at fast food. I fucking worked at fucking retail before I even went to this present job that I have.
But that's why I'm saying, like, I want us as a community to do better so we won't have to feel like the only answer is to solicit your body, to do porn, to do stuff that you normally wouldn't do, and you don't want to do, but you feel like you have to in order to make that money like that, because you got the body. Oh yeah, people definitely gonna want to see that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
sometimes you do have to do what you have to do, because we all gonna find a way to eat.
But that's what I'm saying.
That's just how it goes.
But that's what I'm saying. It starts with the ones that
fucking
that have the means to do something else. If you start setting the trend and setting the stage, like, look, we can do this
and allow other people to.
I will support you. I will help you, my brother. You got to do your part, yeah, but I'll help you. When we start getting this together and we start becoming a unit, then there will be opportunities, so we won't have to resort to doing stuff like this. You see what I'm saying? Like,
but black people are the worst at doing things like that.
We gonna keep,
they get to the top and completely shit on everybody else that said, "Oh, you couldn't make it," instead of saying, "See, you said I couldn't make it, but I'm gonna give you this second chance." And it's like we hold these things over their head. Oh, I want that gay nigga working at my business, blah, 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 blah. And they always said, be careful who you talk shit about, because you never know when you gonna need them to lift you up. Hell, they could be the manager at that fast food place you trying to get hired at so damn bad, just so you can have some money coming in. And they can look at you and say, no, thank you.
Right.
It's just that damn easy.
And that's why I take pride in what I post and what I do with my life and my extra time. Like, I'm not gonna lie, as you said, when you are in that struggle, when you feel like, damn, how am I gonna pay rent next month? How am I gonna pay my bills? You do. I'm not gonna lie. I've recently thought about, damn, like it just seemed like it's just so easy if you get into like that, either the porn business or the OnlyFans.
And
like,
trust me, the only people that make money is the OnlyFans. The fucking porn people do not.
But I'm just saying, like, you do it and damn, you got money. You know what I'm saying? Even though the price to do it is you have to exploit your body and your body parts, and pretty much everybody know what your intimate areas look like, but it's like, damn, that's so easy. That's easy money. But I choose not to do that. Like I want to be one of the ones that have went from something, fell to the bottom, and rose back like a phoenix from the ashes, and really go and give back to the community and be like, look, you don't have to do this. Like, I am a prime example of someone. Not only do I know what it's like to be on the bottom, I know what it's like to be stable and to fall all the way completely back down. So I'm saying there is a way. And if we have more people in the community that's willing to give back, that's willing to help, that's willing to give their testimonies and finally do something else from a change besides OnlyFans and all that, then that trend will be transparent and relatable to everyone else. All the other ones that are thinking about doing porn and all that will see, well, damn, if he did it, if he made it without having to exploit his body, then I can do it too. If we have more people to be examples, then we wouldn't have to, I wouldn't have this conversation. But it's all but these people. So it's easy money. It's easy money. Get your money. It's the morals are not. Again, like I said, I'm a person. Let's keep it real. Let's keep it 100. I like porn. I like watching what I like to watch. But at the end of the day,
at the same time, we can't knock those people because we still go and look at these people's shit. Right. Like, we have to really break that down. We don't like when other people exploit their bodies for money, but yet we go and watch those same videos with those same people we talk shit about. Hell, I ain't gonna motherfucking lie, bitch. I love porn, bitch. If I see the same video, bitch, I'm not gonna watch that shit again.
So let me be clear. I'm not disrespecting, nor am I judging anyone.
You talking about the people who are doing it just to motherfucking do it, and not the people who are doing it because they motherfucking
right. Like what I'm saying, like I ain't even talking the ones that if that's your passion in life, to be a porn star, okay. I mean,
that's
I can't
a whole nother aspiration.
That's what I'm
like, I can't.
But that's what I'm saying. I'm saying like the problem. What I'm saying is the problem is this: in society, people feel like they have to resort to doing porn in order to make money and to be successful. Therefore, it makes it just that much harder for people like us that don't want to resort to that. But we still struggling because we ain't got nobody that's saying you can make it without going through this.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. But if you want to be a porn star,
if you inspired to do that shit, bitch,
that's
do it.
That's you. If you enjoy like showing your body like that, it's fine. But what I'm saying is, I don't want it to become such a trend or a fad to the point where it's made it just that much harder for me to make an honest living doing something without exploiting my body because everybody is doing that. Ain't nobody trying to give another chance. If
everybody doing it, it'll make the value of it go down. That's what you have to think about. But I understand what you're saying. I'm just saying, if everybody doing it, it'll make the value of it go down. The moral of the story is, there is no this gay agenda that everybody just keeps saying that we're trying to push. We're trying to get your kids to be gay. We trying to, bitch, if them kids gonna be gay, they gonna motherfucking be gay, or they gonna be lesbian, they gonna be lesbian, bisexual, and so on and so forth. Like I remember this morning, I woke up and I told my boyfriend, I told him, I just had a dream about wanting to be transsexual. And I'm always a fan of believing sometimes when I go to sleep, I'm looking through somebody else's eyes. And all of a sudden, when I look on my phone, I see this video and it's like, Dwayne Wade's son comes out as transsexual. Here's my views, and that was on the Funky Dineva video. And I was just like, that was just so weird for me. But I've had things happen like that before. Like, I'm gonna tell you another thing. This still doesn't have anything to do with the video. One time I was sleeping. I was at my godmother's house. Little did I know, I don't look at the news. I don't look at all of that because I hate negativity. I'm a big believer in positive energy and exchanges in positive energy. Okay, that's a good thing for you guys to know. So I went to sleep. I'm a very heavy sleeper. I don't hear anything. I motherfucker just be slumped, bitch, knocked. So I was sleeping, and in this dream, I was talking to my mom, and she was in the kitchen making some food. And she said, Jay, she said, I'm going to be cooking today, but the tornado drills, the sirens are going to be going off all day. You know today's your birthday. Then all of a sudden she said, you know today's your birthday. The sirens are going to be going off. She said the same thing back over again. I was like, And so, I heard the sirens going off. And I kept hearing them. I was like, and all of a sudden I just heard like this wind. And all of a sudden I feel like my body shake in this dream state. And I'm like, what the fuck? And then I feel it again. And then I snap up and I'm back to reality, back to real life. And my godmother like, you didn't feel me shaking you? You need to get in the closet. The sirens are going off. You need to get your ass in the closet.
That's happened to me. It's happened to me. It's happened to quite a few people where it's like you somehow what's going on in the real world connects to you in your dream.
That'd be like an inner spirit or an angel or something just telling you, sweetie, what the fuck are you doing? You need to wake the hell up. I've had several things like that where it's like, you need to wake up. And it's like, you need to wake up. You really need to snap out of what the hell you're doing. And just like when I came out to my mother, a lot of the times when people get, I guess they say about the Holy Ghost, you have like this burning sensation or whatever. I don't know. That's what one lady told me. But I was asleep, and in this dream, this is a whole other thing. And in this dream, I was laying down, and it felt like I was paralyzed and I couldn't move, which was the same of which I'm about to tell you. It feels like you're stuck in this place and you can't move from it until you take action and you say what's yours. So what you knowing that this is what happens in a dream. I'm in this dream, I'm laying down on the bed, I feel paralyzed, I can't move, and my brother takes his phone, those badass, cool badass Android phones, when you put them bitches on the charge, they motherfucking heat up like hell. So he takes the phone off the charger and he places it on my foot, and I'm like, D, take that off, that shit hurt. Take it off, it's burning. And all of a sudden I wake up and I feel the actual burning on my feet. And so I wake up, but there's no phone, no nothing on my phone. And I look over at my brother, he's asleep. I motherfucker take my feet and I rub it, and all of a sudden my heart beats fast, like do, 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 do. And I was like, this must mean I need to let go of something that's been harboring on me for a long time. And so I walked to my mom's room and I told her, I was like, Mom, I got something to tell you. She was like, what you got to tell me? I was like, I'm gay. You can take it or leave it. That's how I talk. That's how I speak on my daily shit. Like, I'm gay. You take it or leave it. And that was the end of that. Like, of course, she gave me all these Bible references, blah blah blah. I don't care about all of that. That was what happened, and ever since then, I felt free. And then when it goes back to that key to feeling complete, and I felt complete at that moment. Like, no matter what you hoes do to me, I'm still gonna be complete. I'm gonna be this big ass energy that it's gonna be a force to be reckoned with. And ever since then, I've been motherfucking free. So that's all I have for this video today, you guys. Thank you so much.
I want you and everybody else to keep something in your mind. It's so much easier to fight with this, to defend yourself and to prove that you ain't no faggot, you not no punk or whatever. I still fuck your shit up, you know what? Whatever, however it may go. But try to learn to fight with this.
Yes.
And to educate the ignorant. And I say that because understand, I'm not saying let somebody, tackle you and start punching you down in your face and anything like that, disrespect you. I'm not saying that. But if someone says something that may be disrespectful, unbeknownst to them, they not really there, or they really ignorant of the fact of the words that they say are disrespectful, educate them. Let them know what's going on. And the reason why I say that is because the same thing as the Martin Luther King movement, he could have just said, let's fight these hoes, let's burn their houses, let's do the same thing that they did to us. But instead, he fought the big fight with peace and love. And that's what we fail to give nowadays. It's all about fighting like in a war, like I'm finna kill you before you kill me, instead of relying on the faith and the hope of, if I educate this person, if I let this person know I'm no different from you or from your brother, you know what I'm saying, then maybe they will realize, man, this dude's strong. Like, I see that if he wanted to, he could, give me a run for my money physically, but instead, I feel like I would do myself a disservice if I don't listen to what old dude got to say. I mean, again, my parents didn't know, or Tasha for that matter didn't know what was disrespectful or what was considered hurtful on that level until I came out to them. Well, you may not want to say that, or like, you can't look at this situation just one side, just one, like, oh, that person that way, that's the end of it. You got to really know a person. Now, your child, your friend is, having a homosexual experience. So, like, you can't just say something and just think that that's cool to say it, or think, oh, I ain't mean nothing by it, so it's fine. It's the same way you wouldn't want a white person to call you a nigger. So have that same respect for a homosexual person. But again, you have to do it in a way have it to be a teachable moment. Don't sit here and just you all of a sudden, the fuck you say to me, like, you know what I'm saying? Don't go towards violence. Don't go towards hatred. Because you're only harming yourself, and you are making it harder for the ignorant to understand. All they see is, oh, you ready to fight. And of course they're going to respond with the same response. So we have to be smart enough to teach the ignorance.
With empathy.
Right.
Let me tell you, it is so many times, I was just going to end this video, but there is so many times that I have actually just said, I'm not going to fight this person. I'm going to hit them with empathy, and if that doesn't work, see, little do these people know that actually watch the thing. I'm good on mind playing. So I'm really good and a good fucking mind fuck. Cause you think that you're gonna get over on me, but at the same time, I can call out every one of your flaws just by looking at you. You get what I'm saying? So it's like you can only be nice to a certain extent, which is exactly what you're saying. You're like, I'm gonna fight you with this intelligence, but sometimes you do have to beat their ass. I'm sorry. That's just this is like that. So this is probably that 25% of the time that you're gonna have to actually beat their ass. These other times you can outsmart them.
Let's be very clear. Like when what I'm saying, I know you understand what I'm saying, but just in case if someone has a little confusion, I'm not saying if somebody is in your face disrespecting you, spitting on you, slapping your ass across the room. I'm not saying just sit there and just talk and try to educate them with words. Of course, defend yourself if necessary, but if it's unnecessary for you to lay hands,
Then
use your words. It's quite simple. Like, it's bad enough being black to be compared to black. Oh, you're animal-like. You always want to fight. You're so wild. You're so impatient.
And they love to use
so
that on us as well.
Right, but again, what I'm saying, don't give them a reason.
Let me explain to you that. That's a whole nother video, but I'm going to say it right now because I don't have time for a whole nother video. Actually, I do, but that's so funny that they call us animal-like because I remember watching one of these slave movies. I believe it was Django, and it was they would call these the two strongest black men in the whole
to
plaza
fight each other.
To fight each other, and the person, and you know they would bid on the person who they thought was gonna win, and
right,
blah,
and
blah,
whoever
blah.
didn't win, they get killed.
Exactly, and they tell the other black person finish him off. You know, and I think that when I say it's so funny, don't take it personal because I'm saying I just think it's so funny that they call us animal-like, but they're the same people who institutionalize that on our people, which is very crazy. But as I get older and older, I get more wiser. And when I was younger, I was not a force to be reckoned with. Now I'm really not a force to be reckoned with, and I'm only about to be 20. Imagine when I hit your age, which I don't want to say your age, but
no, it's fine.
I can say your age.
I'm 31.
He's 31. Imagine when I hit 31, I'm definitely not gonna be the one to be played with.
Right, but again, like I said, going back to, you know, yes, you have a valid point where the slave owners institutionalized that definition of animality, you know, the animal inside, by subjecting slaves, you know, black people to act like animals. Only the strongest survive and the weak should, you know, get killed. You know what I'm saying? But don't make that become your prison by doing the exact same thing that they had no choice to do. You have a choice to do now, and you're deciding to still do it anyway, and that's crazy. Like, while you're sitting up here, oh, this, you know, nigga disrespecting my set or whatever, I'm finna fuck him and his whole gang up or whatever. Like, you doing all of that is the same. The white supremacy society type, they're doing the same thing that they were doing back then. Watching y'all kill each other, eating popcorn, talking to their fellow brothers. And
they did the same thing back then. It is actually, and this is why I get so fucking mad when they like, I want to see a fight today. It's like,
why?
What made you want to say something like that? Sometimes you have to throw away old characteristics to make room for those new characteristics that you actually need, that are vital for your survival. And I hate to say it, but sometimes that is true. Only the strongest will survive, but not in a physical fight as in like that. Right. This is actually in a mind game. This is all in a motherfucking mind game. You have to play your cards right, It's just like fucking checkers. If you don't play checkers correctly, bitch, I will sweep the floor with your ass.
And that even goes. It's a lot. Like I said, y'all. Again, I'm not a violent person, but if I need to protect myself, I'd be more than happy to do that. But my whole thing is just like, for instance, if you're out in a club or whatever, if you clearly see that someone, brushed up against you, and you clearly see they didn't mean to do it, why book up like you trying to fight? And on top of that, not only are you being that animalistic human type of person, but now, to me, I look at that as cowardice, because you are trying to stir up a fight in the vicinity, in an area in which somebody can break it up.
He looks
if you
at
really trying to fight,
I look at that shit as inhumane.
If you trying to, well, however you want to put it, but my whole thing is if you trying to fight because you trying to let this nigga know that you disrespect and you ain't gonna take that, my whole thing is this. Well, first off, sir, if you really trying to fight, you would kindly put that nigga to the side and be like, hey, I feel disrespected, you did this or whatever, but meet me such and such. Well, ain't nobody gonna break this up. We can fight and call it a day. That's it. But no, you got these people that want to cause a scene when they clearly know it was an accident, that the other person didn't mean no harm, but you want to cause a scene because you want to let people know that you to be feared, that you ain't nothing to play with. A real boss, the same way as a real leader and a real king, they don't have to say anything by making their presence known. All they have to do is just sit there. That's it. That's what a real leader, that's what a real king does. You don't sit here and try to seek attention, trying to get people to see that you're a king. If you're a real king, they're going to already know as soon as you step into the door.
Exactly. And this is the type of mind power I have always wanted to put on my channel, regardless on what some of these assholes have went back and told my motherfucking mother when I obviously was of age to put whatever the fuck I wanted to put on my YouTube channel. And now I'm back at it, and you bitches will never fucking stop me from educating people and letting them know what you're doing is not correct and it's not right. Because had I said the same thing to you or your child, it's a whole nother thing. So
remember, fight it with like how you're doing. Fight it with this, and be an example and an inspiration to those who are watching you, to let them know if you have gone through a similar situation where you feel like you are not your complete self and your people in your family or friends or whomever are stifling you to, to be something that you're not. Be the example for them so they can break free from it. Because you know what it feels like.
Exactly.
So that's all. I mean, I know this your video, but again, I just want everybody to know.
Stay for longer than.
I'm sorry.
I was actually very happy that you came and really cleared some of it up, because sometimes it's not always about just one person speaking on a video. It's especially from seeing it from two different points of view. He's a whole nother person, and he has his whole mindset. Like, he has a whole nother thing on idea on marriage and blah blah blah, and religion and things like that, and I have my own thing going on over here. So and it's good to have two different perspectives on it, because I'm definitely not Christian, but he is.
And I feel like it's good to have, different mindsets as far as different. You can have different ways to do something, but you can still get the same results. You see what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, we have two different backgrounds of religion, and we believe in, like, when you really break it down, kind of two different things, entities, but at the same time, is going to the same place. Like, it's going to the same higher power. It's going to the same place of peace, tranquility. You know what I'm saying? So, to me, I'm open to it. I feel like you learn when you have different points of views. It makes you better. It makes you understand, oh wow, I didn't even think of it that way. And going back to what I first said, if we have people, if we become open-minded and understand that there is more than one way to do something to get to the best results, then we won't have all this killing, we won't have all this hatred, we won't have all this envy, this just this evil, this wickedness going on. And at the end of the day, the real enemy, whether you believe is Satan, whether you believe it's negative energy, what have you, that's the real enemy. That's the real enemy, is the negativity.
The real evil does not come from a devil. It does not come, well, sometimes it comes in the form of energy, but it really comes from humans to another human. That jealousy, that fake ass envy,
and that's what I'm saying. But all those, ultimately, it results into energy.
Exactly.
And you have to. Excuse me, I'm sorry, my sinus is messing up. But like you have to ultimately understand how to fight it. You don't fight it. You don't fight negative energy with negative energy. You're gonna just create bigger negative energy.
You have to. You don't fight fire with fire. You fight fire with water.
Right. Like that's if we stand here and us that have the mindset to know better than ignorance, if we have enough in us to be willing to teach and to be more open ourselves, then maybe we can see an actual change. But like I said, going back, like it's just certain things you have to understand. Like, give you an example.
I didn't see it.
No.
Okay.
The boxes, there was a lot of dust at work, and it's getting in my system.
Nasty, but yeah, I know what you're talking
about. My best friend, like, she had gotten comfortable, saying "girl" to me, like.
Oh, that shit don't bother me.
Like if it was like oh my god, like let me tell you what happened to me, like it's like girl, let me tell you know what I'm saying, and it's like again, I'm not saying like don't say girl to me because I feel like my masculinity is being taken away, or I don't want nobody to think I'm gay if you call me girl. That's not the reason. The reason why I don't like to be referred to as girl, even if you're telling me something, is because I'm not a female. I take much pride in being a guy and a male, but I eventually understood that she's not saying it. She's not saying it like knowingly saying it like strategically saying it to be funny. It just kind of like, oh, I didn't know.
That's
know what I'm saying?
Exactly how it is, though. I remember I thought it was an issue, but that was only for like a day or two when people used to be like, bitch, I'm not no motherfucking girl. But then it's just like, bitch, I really don't even care. Honestly, they starting to look like, I hate to motherfucking say that. I'll say that on another video.
But for me, it was like, she was like, oh, I'm sorry, Cam. But it was like, instead of me just being so closed-minded and being like, I ain't no motherfucking girl, you know what I'm saying?
Being a bitch about it.
Like, I'm not going to do that because it's not that deep. I feel like a lot of stuff, we argue about stuff that don't matter. We put so much energy into just negative, wicked, crazy stuff that makes no sense when we can just avoid it and just take it to a positive place. I feel, again, if more people are like that, I feel like this world would be so much better. This world would be cleaner. We'll have more opportunities.
This will be on a whole nother thing.
Yeah.
So let me go ahead and end it.
sorry.
We already out.
Well, thank you for inviting me to your video. Give me a huggy.
Oh, you're welcome. I'll motherfucking add your link in there, honey. I'm gonna have to update my motherfucking YouTube description anyway. You sure you don't want to do a thumbnail with me before you leave?
What's your video?
Okay, so we had special guest Cam come through. We had special guest.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Cam
I'm so
come through.
rude. Y'all take care. See y'all.
Damn, you okay?
I'm good. Ain't hurt. Ain't hurt.
I ain't lying. Okay, so bottom line is there is no gay agenda, and gay is definitely not a fucking choice. Definitely sit down, listen to the cold hard facts, and you might learn a thing or two if you're not so quick to mouth off and actually listen. So until next time, to all my little colors, I love you. Bye. Oh,